Coin.
Hey there, YouTube coin community. This is Dustin with CoinOp. Today, we are going to be going over commonly found mint errors that you will encounter while you are coin searching. Now, this idea for this video came from CoolCoins 2014, who suggested do some videos that are on things that you will encounter more commonly. So this one's on mint errors, though. Now, some of these have very little premium, if any at all, and some of them actually do have some nice premium. So that way you will know the difference between some mint errors worth money and some that are not. Okay, we are going to dive right on into some commonly found mint errors. Now, in this video, we are only going to be discussing the more common ones that you're going to come across while you are coin searching. Now, hopefully while you're coin searching, you're lucky enough to find one of the rarer mint errors. Now, there are many different types of mint errors, so we will not be discussing the rarer ones, such as like a bonded error or struck on foreign planchet. We won't be discussing those kind of things in this video. I do have other videos up on various mint errors, and I will be producing more in the future. So we are going to start with now here we are taking a look at some die cracks. Die cracks are actually caused by a shallow crack in the die. The crack creates a thin recess in the die's surface, and during the strike, the planchet metal fills in the recess. As you're out searching, you will come across many die cracks. They are common on all US coins. Some more than others, like with Lincoln Cents, you're going to find them a lot more. And typically, they do not add any extra value or premium. Some people collect them, most do not. I personally do not, so they don't really add any extra value. You're going to see this quite a bit. Now, while minting, the mint tends to use the dies until they are unusable. Of course, that saves them money, but a lot of times, as the die wears out, eventually the die will totally break, which gives you what's called a shattered die, which is massive die cracks all over the coin. I have some images here of some dimes that are shattered dies. Now, these die cracks can be worth some very nice money. It all depends on value, on how dramatic the shattered die is. I mean, if it's just die cracks and mushiness and stuff everywhere on the coin, it's going to fetch some really nice money, $50 to $100. If it's just clearly a shattered die, but not very extensive and massive, then you'd be looking at $20 to $40. Now, with the overworking of dies, we're going to move on to die chips or die breaks. First of all, let me explain something to you. The difference between a die break and a cud really isn't much. A cud actually is a die break, so is a die chip. The difference is a cud is a die break that is on the rim. So if the die break is along the rim, then it's a cud error. If it's not, then it's just listed as a die break. Now, you're going to see a lot with the wheat cents die chips on lots of the coins. They will show up as what's known as buy errors, which will be the B and E and Liberty will have what looks like an I in between it. That's actually a die chip. They have a little bit of value. In uncirculated examples, you can fetch $5 or $10. So some of the die chips can be worth money. Sometimes they'll be on the date. They could actually be anywhere on the coin. Now, your larger die breaks can fetch some really nice money. Some of them, if it's just really massive, like say on Abraham Lincoln's head or something like that, well, you'd be looking at $5 or $10, maybe more in an uncirculated example. Now, cut errors, where they're the very large breaks right along the rim, or rim cuds, or whatever you want to call them, they can bring in some very nice money. I've seen some very large examples go for $60 to $80, and typically, though, you see them trading between $20 and $50, but I've seen some of them go up to upwards of $100. So always keep your eye out. You will come across cut errors if you coin search constantly. They turn up all the time. Just keep in mind what you are looking at is the very end stage of the die before it's kaput. Once those cut errors start showing up on the coin, the mint pulls those dies and they quit using them. Okay, now we are taking a look at gas bubbles. Gas bubbles you're going to see on the Lincoln Cent series from 1982 until current. The reason for this is they switched from the copper brass planchets in 1982 to the zinc that is copper plated. Now, a lot of times, the zinc underneath the plating will start to rot. When it does that, it will create gas, and the gas bubbles, well, the gas will show as bubbles throughout the surface of the coin. Sometimes it's just fine little bubbles. Sometimes it can even mimic like a repunched mint mark, or even show as what would appear to be as doubling around some of the letters. It's not. It's gas bubbles. Now, these gas bubbles over time will eventually break open, and then the coin is going to begin to rot out and become quite ugly and gross looking. Gas bubbles are very, very common. They do not add any extra premium or value. Now, I have seen a couple really extreme cases trade for a few dollars, but that's very, very rare. So you will see this when you are coin searching. Just keep in mind it is gas bubbles. It technically is a minting error, so that's why I have it in this video. But once again, it does not add much of a premium, if any at all. Now we are taking a look at die deterioration. What die deterioration is when the die is at the late stages and it's just about kaput. It is worn out and it will deteriorate. Just as it sounds, die deterioration is a die that has deteriorated. A lot of times it will give the appearance of a doubled image, especially on 2015 and 2016 dimes. For whatever reason, you are going to see this a lot on them. You will also see this on a lot of nickels. It's very common on like the 1999 nickels and a lot of the 2000s. You will see it quite a bit. Die deterioration does not add any extra value or premium. It will mimic the appearance of being a double die when it is not. It is not a double die. It does not add any extra value. It is simply caused by an overworked die. We are currently looking at a coin that was struck through grease. You are going to see this constantly while you are coin searching. You can find this on every denomination of US coin that is minted. What this is a little bit of grease gets on the die during the minting process, and while it strikes coins, it will cause some design loss. You'll see part of the date missing, or part of like Liberty on one of the Lincoln Cents missing, or part of the motto missing. It can affect anywhere on the coin, both adverse and reverse. Typically, they don't really hold much premium. Sometimes more extreme cases where there's lots of design elements missing. I've seen some of these coins trade for a few dollars. Now, on uncirculated examples, I've seen them trade $5-10 for some really extreme examples. So there can be a little bit of premium there. I myself actually hold on to every single one of them that I find, even if it's really minor. So some people collect them, some don't. Okay, we are going to move on to a lamination flaw. A lamination is a planchet defect caused when a portion of the planchet metal separates from itself due to impurities or internal stress. Lamination flaws occur when foreign material or gas gets trapped within the planchet metals as they are being formed. They can be very minor or very major. I personally like lamination flaws, lamination errors, whatever you want to call them. You can find them on all denominations of coins, some more so than others. You'll see them a lot in the Lincoln Cent series and a whole lot on the Jefferson nickel wartime nickels. For whatever reason, just seems like the wartime nickels have lots of lamination flaws. You can also find quite a bit of them on Buffalo nickels if you search Buffalo nickels. Okay, some lamination flaws do carry a premium, I've personally seen Lincoln Cents trade anywhere between $5 to $20 a piece, depending on how dramatic the lamination peel is. If the peel is still attached to the coin, that increases value. Now, some of the coins like Morgan dollars, if you find one with a lamination peel, can add quite a substantial amount of premium. So when you do see lamination peels or lamination flaws, I do suggest you put them aside, put them in a 2x2 holder. You never know, yours could be worth a lot of money. Okay, in this segment, we're going to start first with blanks or blank planchets, whichever you choose to call them. Simply put, all that it is a coin that was not struck by the die. Most of the time, it will have the ring or lip. Sometimes it won't even have that. Now, the next two images you're looking at were submitted by one of our viewers. Carlos C. submitted these to my email. He has some side-by-sides with blanks next to struck coins so that you can actually see the difference between the two. Blanks do have a little bit of premium. Typically, they trade for $3 to $5 a piece. Now, some blanks will trade higher, say for like Eisenhower blanks or Morgan dollar blanks. Something that's just much more scarce or rare will have much more of a premium, obviously. Now we are looking at clipped planchets. What a clipped planchet is sometimes when the metal is being rolled out and the blanks are being cut out of the metal, it will not feed all the way through, and well, it'll strike right through and cut the coin out of a section that's already been cut, leaving, a section missing from the coin, hence a clipped planchet. Clipped planchets do have a premium. Typically, it's between $3 to $10, depending on the condition of the coin and which denomination it is. It can have a premium. Now we are looking at off-centers. An off-center coin was a coin that was struck without its retaining collar, allowing it to be struck off-center, hence the name. Now, an off-center that has the date showing typically will sell for more money than one without the date. An off-center that is nicely off-center typically trades for $3 to $5 with no date, and anywhere between $5 to $20 for one with a date, depending on condition and how severe the off-center is. Now, you will see a lot of them that are barely off-center or off-center just a tiny little bit. That is actually considered in the acceptable minting realms and does not carry a premium. It needs to be off-center by at least 15 degrees, in my opinion, for it to even hold any kind of a small premium. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. We also hope that this video helps you along your path with coin searching, especially when you come across something that looks to you like it might be a mint error. If you have not done so already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more. We have a lot more that is in production, a lot more that we are working on.